What do you think your strengths and weaknesses as an AD carrier
Um, I think that my strengths are team fighting. I think I'm a
are?
pretty good team fighter. Um, but I think my weaknesses are um, I often don't know what to do on the map. Like my team will be grouped and they'll be maybe looking to fight, and I'll think it's a bad fight. So I just like won't go to the fight. Um, and so I don't know if it's like better to just go group and take what I think is a bad fight, or if it's better to try and like farm up. And
Interesting.
my me and my friends have a meme. I'm sure you're familiar. It's Ray X and Lane lol. My lane
Jesus.
face is my lane face is pretty bad.
Jesus. All right. So I guess we can take those two main focus points and see where we go with those, huh? So I guess for laning, what makes you think your laning phase is not too good? I guess.
Um, I feel like in lanes where I should generate leads, I don't. Or like so like if it's like a for example, I don't know, Caitlyn like Nami into like actually I played a game earlier. It was like Caitlyn, Nami, Jana, like Vayne or something like that on their team, and I feel like that's a lane where you can get an advantage, but I feel like I didn't.
Oh my god. Wait, hold up. I totally forgot to turn on screen share, didn't I? You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Interesting. So usually issues with laning or not getting the desired result out of laning ends up being like matchup related, right?
Mhm.
Like say for example you're playing with Nami and in lane you want to trade as much as possible. Maybe you weren't doing something like that, or maybe you're falling into the enemy's win condition or something like that. That's usually how laning mistakes go, right? In this case, dude, this I just saw this, but let's watch this. Let's watch this. Where Tom Kench kills this guy for free. Oh my god! And he Draven flashes into that trap. That was disgusting, dude. 300 IQ play right there. You can trap this Ornn too. Hot damn, dude. Dude, what do you mean play X in lane, dude? This is disgusting. You guys already won.
uh, okay, that's fair.
Essentially, I mean, the one I'm seeing here. Do you have another replay of like poor laning phase, or is this the only one we have today?
Um, let me see. Yes, this one. Upload this real quick.
Sure. This one's looking pretty good though, right? We're pushing them in. We're going to pressure Draven whenever he's trying to farm, which is great. And then our Tom Kench all in is OP, so they can't really do anything about it. I don't really know what Orange's supposed to do except try and catch someone out. Doesn't seem very good though. Orange support. Yeah, you're bullying these guys. Damn.
What is this?
Alright, since lane is going so well, maybe we should see if we make any mistakes or fast forward to a time. Okay, let's see what happened here. We died. We can find a time where you say, um, don't know what to do after the laning phase, maybe, right?
Yeah. Give me one sec. Uploading that. So let me see. Video. Actually, I think if I remember correctly, right after that, like the laning phase, like quote unquote ends. So let's see, it would be about. So here we go. At 10:15, I don't know. I wasn't looking to see if you saw it, but at 10:15, I get dove by the Ornn and the Draven. So
Oh
my
wait,
catch is
can you see my screen on Discord?
yes. I was uploading that other laning phase.
Oh, okay. I see. Right. So we're talking about this section, right?
Yeah, right here. So in like 20 seconds, I get dove,
Uh huh.
and I see that my Kench is mid, so I'm thinking like maybe I should back up, but I also don't want to give up my tower. And I know that I'm ahead of Draven, so I'm thinking maybe they can't dive me. I think that actually might be my bigger problem, that I like think a lot of things all at once, And by the time I've like had thoughts about what to do, I've already done.
Interesting. Okay, so the idea here is your support is roaming and getting an advantage on the other side of the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's our job on the bus side of the map?
Don't die.
This is correct. Let's say if they dive you and you kill them both, is that good or bad?
Yes.
If you die and kill one of them, is that good or bad?
It's probably not the best.
Let's say that's good, right? We'll consider that good because
Okay.
your AD carry is still getting a kill, right? Even though it is Draven, and Draven getting kills is great, we would say this is good, right? You could actually even get out here if you just walk backwards, I think. But overall, the general idea is what? Don't die, right? So anything else extra is you should be happy to get like extra minions or whatever. But I think here the fact that you get Ornn is fine, right?
Oh,
We're happy
cool.
with this, right? We're good. This is good. You even have to flash for it, so we would say this is a good outcome. And your Tom Kench killed someone on the other side of the map, right? So everything's happy. I'll say it's not bad. The only thing, if you want to like improve on that, is say, oh, what do I do with Ornalds, right? In which case you say, oh, I should be back more or something like that. But I think that is fine. That's good. We'll say that's a good result. What's going on here though? Let's see. They're sieging your tower. So what do you do? Oh, okay, you're gonna die here. Maybe. Okay, what happened here? Let's talk about this. Oh my god! You don't die.
Yeah, I'm actually like hella clean, by the way.
Interesting.
So I saw Yasuo was coming bottom. I think we see him like on the map or something, and so I'm like, man, I'm gonna get fucked. So I try and just play it, and my Kench said that he was like pretty good about eating me earlier in the lane phase. So I was like, okay, my Kench is pretty good. Um, if we can maybe defend this while something else happens. Admittedly, I don't look at the entirety of my map, so I don't see that nobody's in like a position to make something happen.
So it's the same thing. Actually, the same idea behind the other fight, right? Which is when they are diving, right? Or actually, when they're hitting your tower, how do you stop them from hitting your tower? You have two main ways.
Wave clear.
Yes, right? You kill the minions
Or
so they tank tower, or what?
I have no idea. Kill them.
Engage, yeah, kill them, right? Like you know, you're trying to hit tower and Zac comes out, he engages on you, right? So in this case, we are looking to engage or wave clear, right? And anything else is like doesn't make much sense, right? So when we're doing this, right? When we're fighting, where do you want to be?
I assume really close, as close to Kench as possible,
Well, but why?
in case I can't clear the way.
In which case, then you just leave tower, right? Because him eating you isn't gonna help you guys win a 2v3, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
just back up.
yeah, what's the goal here, right? Is you're either gonna try to defend, and then if you think you can't defend, you just leave, right? So your Tom Kench can look for some kind of engage, but there is no way for you to. It doesn't make sense for you to walk up here, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah.
Your goal should be we can try and clear these waves, we can try and hit them, but that's about it. So I don't think you should be trying to walk up to them, if that makes any sense, right? I think you were too fixated on the idea of Tom Kench is gonna eat me, so we can get some kind of value out of Tom Kench eating someone, right? But he can also eat the enemy team, right? That would count as engage. So even though the outcome was good, I think you want to ask yourself, what is the main goal here? And you say, oh, we're going to prioritize living, number one. And number two, if we can stop them from hitting the tower, we'll do that. So maybe you hit the closest guy and then kite it out, right? And you're good to go.
Okay.
That's about it, right? That's all you're really looking to do. So yeah, that's kind of the idea there. But it did work out. So I guess not the end of the world, right? And then we push this and we base, sure. And then we go mid. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, this is what I kind of mean when I say I don't know exactly where to go.
Right.
I think I saw something one of those like educational YouTube videos where they were like, if you, I think it was Phylol. If you get an advantage bottom, then you should try and trade with your top. and I think I pinged my top to go bottom. But you know, sometimes people don't listen, and so I just like don't know what to do.
Okay, so you have a few options here, right? So let's take a look at this. So one, you can stay bot, right? In the vicinity of dragon. Let's say it's too early in the game to swap because you can't pressure the enemy top laner since you're still too weak, like level 5 or something. Then you stay bot, right? That would be the obvious answer. Another one is you can go mid. Let's say you have a Zed mid, right? And you say, oh, we took tower bot, or we want to match their rotation. Let's put our assassin bot so he can kill someone. Right, so it's easier for him to kill someone in the side lane, right? And you can go top, like you said, like you saw in the educational video where Fala was saying, let's say dragon's already taken, bot tower is gone, you can swap a top so you can attack their top tower and be near Rift Herald, right? But the general idea is that you want to be next to the objective that you guys are trying to get. Okay. So in this case, what objective would that be?
So I think it would be I think it would be top turret because they have 2 bottom. If our duo lane goes top, okay, this is also important. Our jungler does not have smite.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh,
yes.
What the fuck?
So
wait a minute. How does that even happen? Is he a mistake or something?
I got up to get water at the end of champion select, and I guess I just didn't see it.
No. All right. Well.
So I'm thinking I don't want to be anywhere near any neutral objectives because there's no way we get it.
Well, here's the idea: is that even if you can't get it, you can fight them if they try and do it, right? Or you can start it and bait them into coming to a face check, right? You have many options, but you have no options if you're on the other side of the map. You know what I'm saying? Is that you can do something if something happens on this side, because around the objectives, people are gonna try and fight, right? And I think the big idea for you to work on is don't worry about these lane rotations. Where's the optimal place for me to be? You want to worry about where can I get my own lane, right? And you don't want to go and share a lane with your mid laner, right? So if you go top, you can basically, sure, you can siege top and then tell Fear to go bot. But the bottom line is it doesn't matter for now where you go. You just need to make sure you get your own lane. Because if you start sharing a lane with your team, what happens?
So you're losing gold on a side lane.
Exactly.
And then it's just kind of a 50-50 between who's getting gold, me or Vigar.
Right. And everyone's losing XP. So you don't want to share a lane no matter what happens, which is actually what's happening right now, right? Vigar's coming back mid. So I don't really know what's going on. But you always want your own lane, if that makes any sense, right? So so you're saying, you know, what do I do after the laning phase? This is your cookie cutter strategy that you do every time, right? 9 times out of 10. You want to find your own lane, so it could be top, could be bot, doesn't matter. And then you say, can I push this out? And you can push this out if they can't kill you, right? If you push the wave and they engage on you, you won't die. So you can push it out, right? So you push it out past the river. Do you know what I mean by past the river?
Yeah, past that like halfway point.
Yeah, exactly. So this halfway point, it doesn't matter, any of these halfway points in the lane, you push it past so that when you go leave lane and come back, it'll be pushing towards you, right? So you won't lose any minions. That's your cookie cutter strategy, right? So if you want to talk about now, once you can do that, then it's like, oh, which lane is best for me to go to for our team, right? So in this case, like you said, top was the best, right? Because you want your top laner to be bot so you can TP to the objective, right? If you send Veigar bot, then it's like, how can you go help Rift Herald? And if you send you bot, you can't help Rift Herald, right? Stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Also, you want Veigar to be mid, right? Why would I say Veigar wants to be mid?
He is the only wave clear our team has.
You count as wave clear, so Caitlyn mid is not the end of the world, right?
Okay. Well, there's hella people here, so I'd presume that.
See that ability he just used, right? Is that more effective mid lane or is it more effective bot lane?
Oh, I see.
Right. Something like a Nivea, right, would be super effective mid lane. Victor, Azir, anything. Well, maybe less Azir, but anything like that, like Ziggs, for example, you would want mid lane, right? It's better for a lot of mid lane champs to be mid lane. But let's say you had a Talon mid, right? Does he want to be mid still?
No, because he can go bottom and maybe kill whoever goes down there.
Right, like what can Talon do against like Veigar Cage, right? Stuff like that, right? So that's the idea, is that you need to have your own lane no matter what. If these guys don't want to swap, you go bot, because you guys just lost like 20 CS, right? Something like that. So you want to absolutely get your own lane, right? No matter what happens, you need your own lane, right? So we were doing okay on farm, but what's our farm now at this timestamp? If you can see.
118.
At 16, right? It should be like 150, right? Is what we're trying to get at, right? But yeah, that's the cookie cutter idea, is that you need to get your own lane, right? So let's see if we can pull up an example where I play Caitlyn. Oh, this is a Caitlyn game. You can still see my screen, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Past the mid game, and then here we are. We have our own lane, right? We have a, what is this? Twisted Fate and a Scion, right? So right now we have our own lane. Is that correct?
Yes.
We have our own lane, it's mid lane, right?
Scion's only here because it looks like you're fighting.
Right, we push, we can siege, whatever we push, but the end goal is that we are getting our own lane, right? So back mid, we're coming back mid. TF wants top, right? Scion died, so he sucks for him, right? But TF gets his own lane top, I get my own lane mid, right? That's the important part, is that we're all getting farm, right? So what's the farm now for me?
You are 15 minutes in with 140. You have 30 more CS than I did.
Right, that's the idea. That's the idea, is that you need your own lane. And then let's say, for example, you can't push because you're scared or whatever, you do something else, right? Yeah, I'm doing red, whatever. You do something else, and then you can push, right? And then, oh, maybe the only time this cookie cutter strat is not done is when you're doing something else, right? Like we're making a play or something like that, or your team needs your help because they're fighting an objective, right? Then your plan changes to let's go help our team. But this is the general strategy, right? Is you're always pushing for your own lane. Let me see if I can fast forward here. Back to where it's standard again, right? So TF is mid, so I'm not gonna go mid, right? I'm doing camps or something, right? You're always trying to make money though. That's your general idea, right? And notice how TF is gonna go bot, so I can get mid, right? That's the idea, is that everyone needs their own lane, otherwise you're losing the game. That's what I want you to think.
So right here, if TF had stayed mid, would you have run bot?
No, we would run top to try and do something, because there is nothing to do bot, right? Like, okay, let's say we're here, right? And then we're doing this, and TF is running bot. I mean, TF stays mid, right? Then maybe we'd go bot, but we could also look to push mid with him and then rotate bot together or something like that, right? But yeah, let's say in gold, TF is staying mid, then yes, I would go bot, right? You need your own lane no matter what, right? No matter what, you need your own lane, otherwise you're losing, because you're not getting enough money. And the reason why we want TF to go bot is because he can ult back to this fight, whatever is going on here, right? I don't know what's going on here, but there's a fight about to break out, and then the whole team's coming, right? So the only time I'm not pushing mid or getting my own lane is when we're fighting, right? And you go back mid when everything's over, or you basically find where you can get the most money, and then here we just overextend. So, but look at the money count now, though, right? It's still the same, right? It's the same idea. If you're always wondering how people get so much CS, this is how you do it, right? You get your own lane, you push it out past the river, and then you do something else, right? That doesn't involve dying. Or if you can't push, you let them push into you, right? So that's the idea. But the bottom line, the first step is that you need to get your own lane, right? I can't stress how important this is, because what happens if you don't get your own lane and the enemy does, you automatically lose in like 10 minutes because you have no money.
They have hella gold and you don't.
Exactly. So, like, say you want to come mid because you're defending. This is okay, right? As long as you push it past top, you want to come defend. Sure, you can come help this guy, right? And then they're diving, and then things are going poorly because Warwick is not here. I don't know why Warwick's not here, but it's kind of weird. But yeah, trying to defend. Sure, it's fine to be mid here. But yeah, that's the general idea, is that we missed kind of 30 CS somewhere, right? Somewhere 30 CS went to the tower or went to a jungler or support or something. It doesn't make sense. So we need to get our own lane. And then interesting fighting going on here. Free kill maybe. Oh, nice. Another free kill. What is Graves doing? Okay, easy. Oh, he stole it. Jesus. That's kind of awkward. Wait, okay, hold on. What's going on here? What can you do now that all that has been over? Right.
So so here I have my own lane. I can just run it down.
Yes, run it down, dude. Push it all the way. Unless you know something's going on mid and you need to fight, then you push it down. You push it down, right? Your goal is to make money. That's what I want you to think. See, they left, right? So you push top. If there's nothing to help mid, you go top, or you can start Rift Herald or something. But push out your lane past the halfway point. That's how you make money, right? You're only.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Oh, so right here, right before I based.
Yeah.
Am I not scared that they could rotate top? Because I don't see them on the map when I recall.
Let's take a look. So we are doing this. This fight is over. They have 2 people mid, and how many people do you have?
I have 3 people on top of me.
Well, how many people on your side of the map?
Oh, I guess it's my whole team technically.
Right, your whole team is here. So if they were to rotate top, how would they do it?
Could they not cut through that hard to describe where Vigar is like right now?
Right. Okay. Let's talk about this. So, this is the idea of if they can stop me, I shouldn't do it. Right. So you're afraid they're gonna come stop you from getting this. Right. So you think they're gonna cut through like this, right? And we are standing here, trying to clear this wave. Right. We're at the pink. Right. So it's 5v3 on this side of the map. Right. So let's say they come to you, and then you put down like 2 traps here. What happens?
G, can't touch me.
What can they do, right? So literally, they can't really come up with a way for them to stop you. Is the idea, right? Is that
Gotcha.
How do they do it? So you say 2 of them run through this path. You put 2 traps down. All of a sudden, your whole team sees them, and then 5v2 they die, right? So that's kind of the idea, is that they can't really stop you. And then if they try, like, not only do you guys have wards, but you know, after you kill them, you can also do Rift Herald, right? But the big idea is that, you know, you have more people on this side of the map, so they can't do anything, right? If they try and do anything, they automatically lose. So I would have pushed top if I were you, but here we go get red, and then we're sharing, right? I would rather get wolves or something at least, right? Anything that doesn't involve sharing is better than sharing a lane, right? Because we're just denying. Team is denying each other, if that makes any sense, right? So here you go top, right? You go top because no one's picking this up. What the fuck? Yeah, here you go top.
I was waiting for someone to pick it up, and no one did.
Yeah, that's not your job to pick it up. But I mean, if someone's gonna do it, it's like similar to how it's not ideal for the AD carry to pick it up. But if no one's picking it up, you might as well, right? Same how if no one's going bot, top should be going bot. You might as well, because it's better than no one getting it, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of the idea that's
that
going
makes
on.
a ton of sense.
And then I don't know what's going on here, but your team is missing. What the heck? Okay, nice return kill. Okay, I'll say all this is fine. Maybe kind of a scary path to go down this way.
Should I have gone long way, you think?
Honestly, you should have been able to go this way, but I think your whole team is like doing something weird. So don't worry about this. This is like fine, right? I'm just happy you didn't die here. So this is all good. Oh, okay, here we go top. So this is very good, right? Because this is exactly what you should be doing the whole game, right? You say, I need my own lane. They can't stop me. I'm gonna push, right? How can they stop you? I can't really think of a way, right? So you take this, you push this all. Maybe you can even hit the tower, but you don't have to, and you base. Perfect, right? And that's how you get maximum amount of farm, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And then here you want to go help mid, sure. But yeah, essentially it's about what you should be thinking, like, oh, what do I do out of laning phase, is where can I go make money, and then if a fight breaks out, can I go help, right? So here we push top, and then can you push another wave? And how do you know?
I don't think so, because I don't know where their team is.
Well, we spotted Ornn mid, right? So if we push top, so far it could be like Riven and Graves, right? So if Riven and Graves come for you, can you win 2v2? Or can they chase you 2v2?
Yes.
I don't really think so though, right? How do they win 2v2? What if you guys just walk away? How do they chase?
Riven does some crazy Riven flash.
And then you just like auto attack her, right? Because she can't one shot you with a death stance, if that makes any sense, right? So I think the idea here is that you need to try and push out these waves, and then you can figure out if they can kill you or not when they come punish. Because I think you're too afraid to. You don't know if they can kill you, I think is the idea. And if you don't know if they can kill you, then it's hard to make an informed decision on what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you knew that, say, no one could kill you if you go top, you would immediately go top, push it out, get another 7 minions or 6 minions. So the idea is that how do people normally win fights? Right? What's the #1 reason a fight is lost?
Like a 5v5?
Any kind of fight.
I would say you have some sort of like advantage, whether it be like a mid game power spike or you just get ahead in gold, something like
What's
that.
the biggest advantage you can get in any game?
Numbers?
Yes, numbers. So the first thing you check is, can they send more people than us up here? I think the answer is no, because we saw some people. It's like maybe, right? So then you'd wait and do Gromp and then see if they show up, right, on the map. The second question is, can they one-shot you, right? Something like a Lux Binding or like a Morgana Catch, or you face check a Graves or something. As long as you don't fall under any of those categories, you're good to go, right?
Okay. So,
that's the idea.
Some of the problem is I'm just like afraid to do stuff because I'm like, what if they kill me?
Right, you have to come up with a big reason that they can win, right? Similar to how you only want to fight when you have a good reason to fight, right? Like, how do you know you win this fight here? You don't. How do you know you win this fight, actually? Let's talk about this.
It's at most. It's at the very best, it's 4v4, and I'm ahead.
Okay, so how about worst case? Oh, they have a Graves dead, actually, so... this is a 4v4 at worst, right?
Yeah.
So it's not bad. I would say it's not bad. So trying to fight here is okay. But I thought Graves was alive, so it could have been super dicey. But, oh, okay. How about now? What's going on?
Oh, I like super duper die here.
Everyone's diving, and it's like... nice 2v4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I think we're okay. Actually, we die here, don't we? Okay, yeah, let's talk about this. So in terms of fighting, right? What kind of fights do you want to take, right? You only want to take guaranteed easy fights, right? So let's say if you don't see any of these fights, what do you do instead?
Here I should go bot because that would be my own lane.
Well, Vigor's going bot, right? So he wants his own lane too.
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah, he's going bot.
Yeah, he's back.
So let's say he's going bot. So you guys kill someone. What is the best thing you can get?
A push going.
Right. You can push mid because that's making money, right? You're happy making money. That's what I want you to think. There's no need to force any of these kinds of fights, especially when you're like chasing 3v4, right? This is actually 3v4 because I don't know if Fiora has TP or anything like that. But even if she does, you guys have no... I'm betting you guys have no wards for her to TP to or anything like that. So the best thing you can do is just don't help these guys and push mid.
Okay.
Right, because they're done. So you can hit this guy maybe, but there's a certain point to where you can't chase this anymore. Right, and you go just push mid. Right, otherwise you're gonna get caught too. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense to it doesn't make sense to, like, if you don't think it's a clean fight, this is what I want you to think. You just push, right? As long as you don't get engaged on, you're good to push, right? If you don't know what to do, follow the cookie cutter strategy, which is push out past the mid lane, right? And you're just making money, right? That's all you need to do. Because whenever you deviate from this path, stuff like this happens, where you guys killed their jungler and then still lost the fight somehow because your team was chasing or something. I don't know what happened, but anything that's not the cookie cutter strategy, you have to be sure it works. Okay, that's what I want you to think.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what this. Like, how do you know? How should your team know that you automatically lose this 2v what? 2v3, 2v4?
Okay, so Kench doesn't have any damage to Riven.
How many numbers advantage is first, right? How many people are here?
Oh yeah, it's a 4v2.
Yeah, this is fucking stupid, right? It's just impossible. I don't know what they're doing, right? So this is what you should be thinking: is that you need an advantage, like numbers advantage to say we want to fight because it's free, or they're face checking, that's another advantage, or they're chasing, right? Something to say that you want to fight. And if you don't have that reason, you want to go get your money, right? You want to go get your money. And then let's say, oh, I'm pushing bot, but my team is A-ramming mid, right? So it's 4v5. So what happens is that your team starts fighting, and then you push bot and come help, right? That's what you do. But you always push bot first, right? Because what happens is if you push bot, how much money does the enemy ADC lose?
Jeez, probably a fat wave.
It's like 12 minions, right? Something like that. So all of a sudden, you got 12 minions up on him just by pushing. And then not only that, but the enemy team shouldn't get like a free fight mid, right? They should be diving or something like that. So you can come clean up, right? So that's the kind of strategy why no one really ARAMs mid in the higher ranks, because it doesn't make sense, right? Instant punish. in terms of what the other guy can do, right? So your job is just make money, right? You don't care if your team's doing some crazy stuff. Oh, okay, what's going on here? How do we know that this is not good?
Okay, so it looks like numbers are even. It's 2v2.
Whoa, if they're missing on the map, they count, right?
Oh, I see.
Right. So if they're missing, you have to assume they're like hiding like in a bush next to you, right? So anyone who's missing counts towards the numbers advantage. So
There's a Garen in every bush.
Right, yeah, exactly, right? That's the idea. So how many people do they have, and how many people do you have?
Okay, my team just died, so there's like 4 people, and I at most have 3. So
Right, they have 5 because you can't see them, right? So you have to assume they have 5 people. So this is a 5v3. So if you walk up and try and hit them, we know we already lose, right? We don't even need to watch. Is that we can already predict the outcome without watching, right? That's kind of what you should be trying to train yourself to do, is figure out the outcome first. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but they are actually missing a person. You see this? They're missing a person here. So you guys actually might win this. Oh yeah, Riven's bot or something. So it turns out you guys actually win. But the idea is that if you don't have can't come up with a good reason to fight, what's your job? Yeah, don't fight.
Don't make money.
Right. So in this case, where can you go?
Top 3.
You can go top, and make sure that they can't die for whatever reason. Or say your team's dead and you can't go farm because your team can't help you if they come fight. Then you wait until they push in. Right. That would be the other cookie cutter strat, is when you're losing, right? When you're ahead, you push, and then you get your own lane and you push. When you're losing, you let them push and then you clear, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In both cases, you need your money. You need to make money, right? You're playing a carry role. You need to make every single piece of farm you can get. You need to get all of that stuff, right? And then team fights would be super easy. You just hit the closest guy and you win. Because the other AD carry doesn't have any money and you have all the money. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, we're pushing mid. Okay, let's talk about this. Here's another example where Warwick is getting, your jungler is getting a lane, right? So in terms of scaling, who's more useful? Warwick, Veigar, Fiora, or you? Who's the least useful, I guess we should say.
Warwick.
Yeah, so why the fuck is he getting his own lane, right? So it doesn't make sense. That's why whenever you see something like this, you should, think to yourself, team is kind of losing, right? That's like a losing, like he's so, I don't know what he's supposed to do with the extra income, but you could, build a Last Whisper maybe versus his Giant's Belt. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's why it's important for you to get your own lane. And then I think your team's killing themselves here. That's not your fault, right? You don't worry about this. You can look to help, but it's okay that it's just good that you don't die here. That's fine. Let's see what else is going on. So we're actually in a good spot despite everything, right? Despite all this weird stuff that's going on, we're in a good spot in the game. We have enough money to carry, I would say. I don't know what's going on here, but this is just too much of the same sharing a lane, right? So yeah, this is a big concept I want you to work on, is everyone wants their own lane. Every solo laner and AD carry wants their own lane, right? And you need to go find out how you can get that. Even if you have to take jungle camps, right? Jungle can count as a lane too. Warwick takes your top side wave, you take his camps, right? You need to make money somehow. What's going on here? Okay, we're coming to help this fight. So far, looks good. We're just gonna walk up behind our team and hit the closest guy, and we win. Essentially, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna win this if you can hit someone, right? Oh no, we didn't get here in time, did we?
Nope.
So what happened?
I'm pinging that I'm on my way. Okay, guys, I'm on my way. And then.
So this is a different idea. So remember how we're like everyone needs their own lane, right? If Baron is up, you need to be mid or top, even if your top lane is trolling and not going bot, because they can just do this, and then you guys are gonna lose a fight because we're not in this side of the map, right? Yeah. So this is like kind of one of the exceptions to the rule. But this is getting to the late game stage. Mid game stage, everyone needs their own lane. Late game, you want to be mid or top, right? So that you can help fight this Baron, right? Oh, we can actually win here. Okay, nice. I think Yasuo is pushing mid. What the hell? Interesting. Clearing top, sure. Yeah, but if Baron is up, you need to be on that side of the map. if that makes any sense, right? Similar to how Rift Herald is up after you take tower, you need to go be mid or top, right? But really, as long as you're making money, that's like the first goal, right?
So so in a situation like that, if I don't have either mid or top as my own lane, just taking the top side jungle camps.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, exactly. You need to spam ping whoever has TP to go bot, right? Whoever is the least useful, right? Whoever can't stall Baron goes bot, so that you can stall Baron for TP, right?
Gotcha.
Oh no, what's going on here? You can still win this game though, easily. I'm pretty sure. What's going on here? So let's talk about this. What happened in this fight?
I basically face checked. So she didn't immediately flash. So I thought she didn't have it, and then when she flashed, I was like, "Holy shit!" Flashed.
So I guess what could we do better here?
Not face check a Riven.
Right. The idea is, what's your job in a team fight? I guess.
Hit the thing closest to me.
Right, but what is your first priority? That's your second priority. What's your first priority?
Oh, don't die.
Right. Is make sure you know how they can engage on you. Right. So if we talk about this against their team, how can they engage on you? Right. Let me see.
Cool.
Is there a jungler that's missing here? Who's their jungler? Graves. Okay, so tell me what is the most common way you're gonna die in this fight, in these fights?
Ornn ult into Yasuo.
Yes, so you need to be away from Yasuo ulti range, so that when Ornn ultis, you are okay. Or you have a way to dodge Ornn ulti, right? Either one works. And then what else? What's the second common way that's gonna kill you? Second most common way?
Exactly what Riven did there.
I agree, right? Riven is going to use his third Q on you and stun you, right? So you have to be out of range for that, or you have to have a way to outplay it, like Flash. And then what's the third most common way?
I don't know.
It would be a lot less common than the other two, but something like Graves Flash or Draven Flash, right? Something like that. So the first priority is not get caught by any of those, and your second priority is hit the closest guy, right? So we were breaking the first rule of we got caught by one of those things, right? So we lost the fight. You actually could still win the game because you had so much money, I think, that we're still in a position to win the game. But we kind of lose the fight here. Wow, the game's not over. Wait, what the heck? Were they diving or something?
My Vigar just like pops off.
Hey, let's go. Riven suicides. Draven's tanking tower. Oh, I don't see how he's supposed to do this. Oh my god, they walk into the stun. You see that? What the heck? Interesting. But yeah, I think that even though we were sharing a lane, the enemy Draven was doing the same, right? So it's not the end of the world, but that is definitely, it essentially makes the game super easy. Right? You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just get your money and then make sure you don't die in a fight, and then you're good to go, right? So I think the rest of this game is just all fighting, right? Team fights. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, what rule were we breaking here?
I got Ornn ulted.
Yeah, and Yasuo was in range, right? That's the big thing. It's okay to get Ornn ulted if you're like super far back, right? Because he wasted it. But if you're in range of Yasuo and you're gonna die to his ulti, then that is something you want to stay away from, right? And then here we just need to hit the closest guy and we're good to go. Oh, what's going on? Okay, nice. We'll say good enough, right? We had the general idea in mind. I think you could have hit them a few times. Like I think you could have hit Graves here, but it's fine, I guess. Yeah, that's the general idea, right? Yeah, I think you have the general idea. It's just that we got caught once. And then what's going on here? Uh-oh. This Yasuo is doing some Yasuo things. Fiora is splitting. This guy's actually getting caught. Let's go. Uh-oh. But yeah, if you get... Oh! He could have ultied you there, right?
Oh, was that in range?
Yeah. He's next to you. I think he ultied someone else, luckily, but he could have gotten you for sure, right? He went on Warwick, right? So if he had gone on you, it could have been potentially disastrous, right? You guys just want to get out here. Oh, did Fiora TP? No, I think you guys just want to leave because you have 4v5, right? But all you have to do is hit the closest guy and you're good to go. So what you're doing here is really good, right? You don't have to do anything crazy except buy time for Fiora. So very nice, very nice. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, one person base. Yasuo is trying to do some interesting stuff at your inhibitor. I hope you have flash ready. Okay, good. Good enough. I think he can one-shot you if he does that though, so. Interesting, interesting. Okay.
I need to drop the style points on him.
Nice, nice. So I think, you know, it's kind of interesting because the things you can work on in this game are essentially like not dying randomly, if that makes any sense, right? When we're trying to like run mid and they had more people, right? Or when we were running up to a Riven or something. I'm not sure. Like this too, right? This is kind of weird. What's going on here? What's going on here?
So I saw two were dead, and he goes to ult. So I'm thinking we have advantage here.
Right. You do. But I think that man advantage can be defeated by what?
Positioning. So our team isn't anywhere near us right now.
I would say that the clear answer is if you can get one shot, the man advantage doesn't count, right? Let's say, have you seen someone get caught and then the whole enemy team goes to Baron, but you guys are sitting in the pixel bush, so you blow up the guy who checks, right? So all of a sudden their man advantage doesn't count. So this is kind of like you have man advantage, so it's really good that you know you want to fight. But then don't blindly take Tom Kencho, right? He's gonna stall them. You don't need to join him if that makes any sense. Or at the very least, you should check to see where he's going, because they could like blow you up here, right? What if Riven had flash there, or Draven had flash there, for example, right? I think for you need to work on. It's really strange, but you need to work on being more safe late game and looking to see where you can farm mid game, right? Because I feel like we always die in these fights. You know what I'm saying? Like in this fight, what's going on here? You just want to hit the closest guy and keep your distance, right? So here, I think we could have netted away. I think. Interesting. Yeah, the idea is that you want to keep your distance, right? This is one of the 3 ways that they're gonna kill you most often is Graves in your face or the Yasuo combo, right?
Right.
Riven combo, Yasuo combo, Graves or Draven in your face, right? So I think the reason why we didn't win was because we had some kind of I think we died in weird ways in the late game, right? I think we could have worked on the mid game, sure, where you can make money, but when it comes to before fights or during fights, I think we just ended up dying every time. So you should work on prioritizing, you know, how do I not get engaged on? And how can I work on hitting the closest guy without dying, right? Those are like the kind of key things that we were seeing. Like, let's check out what's going on here. It's really interesting because there are a lot of different ways we're dying. Do you have the other replay, by the way?
Yeah, let me get to my... Quite nice. Let's see again. Oh no, it didn't share. No. Oh, it did. Here we go.
Oh, you sending it on Discord?
Yeah, let me... That's so weird. So it like shared, but it can't... Let me just... Quick. I think that that's really helpful though, because I feel like I have always been like a play too safe and like am not prioritizing my own goal.
Right. So it's really interesting because you have some kind of weird dichotomy in the mid late game where the mid game you're kind of too safe because you can push the wave and they can't punish, right? They run at you, you can hit them, and 2v2 win because they're chasing, right? But then in the late game, we're like, I think we're not playing safe enough, right? In terms of we need to think about our positioning, because I think we're in a lot of not so ideal spots where they can just like take away all our HP, for example, or they're going to get their engage on us, like the Ornn Yasuo combo we were talking about. Like even though Yasuo didn't ulti you, he definitely could have a bunch of those times, right? Or even the Riven, right, is going on you. So even though that there are a lot of different ways they can kill you, we need to make sure that not a single one gets to us, right? And it's better to be more safe than not safe enough. You know what I mean? Because if you're not safe enough, then you can't carry, right? As the AD carry. If you are caught by even one of these things, right? If you're caught by even one of these things, then there's nothing you can do afterwards because you end up dying. So in terms of like let's pull up a fight, for example. This fight is really good, right? This is what I want to see, except for the fact that we got hit by the knockout. In terms of how safe are we playing? Right, you need to be so safe that it's impossible for them to catch you, right? Or let's say they have a Riven knockup, but you're gonna flash it, right? You have a way to beat it, right? Otherwise, you need to be this is what I want to see, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Instead of like
nobody can touch me from that far away.
Right, exactly. You can't be caught, right? That's the idea, is that they have no way to kill you from their position, right? Instead of versus like something like this where we're like deep inside and we have no real way to win this fight, if that makes any sense, right? It's like the positioning was not good in this one. Whenever you're trying to do something, I feel like the positioning was less than ideal, but whenever you were playing safe, positioning was a lot better, right?
Okay, so it's better to, because I know that there's all the like double lift interviews and shit where he's like, you have to like find a way to pump out like as much damage as possible.
Right. But we don't need to do that at all at this rank, right? I don't even need to do that at my rank either. It's just about how, like, who gets caught first, you or the other AD carry, right? Is kind of the idea. Like, let's see what Draven was doing in this fight. Let's see if we can find Draven in here. When does Draven die? I can't even see. I think he just straight up dies to like,
yeah, he's over there,
work or something. Yeah, he just dies, and essentially your team, he's just gonna suicide, essentially, right? He's just gonna do something really poor, and then all you have to do is make sure you don't do that thing in team fights, at least, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of idea. In terms of like the non-team fighting stuff, I think it was kind of weird how we died. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we were walking up to a Riven or something. So I'm not sure if this is like a common occurrence, but maybe it's just a Riven thing, right? So maybe another replay would show us something else. Because Riven and Yasuo.
It feels so bad. It feels so bad. I was thinking, so she didn't flash immediately, because I'm used to the combo being like flash R stun. So she didn't do that. So I was like, oh, she doesn't have flash. And then she flashed on me. I was like, fuck.
So, okay, I think we can talk about this too. For Riven specific, what are the abilities that are going to kill you on Riven?
Her stun for sure.
Okay, yes, I agree.
Stun, which would either be W or the third rock of the Q.
Right, I agree. So that's what all she's looking for is those two things. So I don't know. I guess you just, if she pops out, you can just press E and then walk away or something. But you don't have to walk up to her, right? All you have to do is hit the closest guy behind your team, right? It's when I think it's when you're trying to do something you made a mistake. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just play super safe, like to the point of like being too safe, right? I think is the idea. Because you were so strong, but we just end up like dying a bunch of times. You know what I mean? Like
So
I
it
think
doesn't,
here
it doesn't matter how strong you are if you're dead.
Right, exactly. Like, let's see if we can pull up examples of team fights. Let me see. Okay, let's see in this fight, right? You don't like I'm like always the last one to come in, right? You don't want to be like the guy being engaged on, if that makes any sense, right? Always the last to come in, and if we're fighting, we're making sure that it's impossible for us to die, right? Like in this case, is it possible for us to die?
Depending on who's TPing there, no, they can't touch you.
Right. Even if they TP here, what happens?
Oh,
I still have flash, right? So there's no real way for us to get caught, if that makes any sense, right? That's the idea I want you to go for, is that even though I can hit someone, we need to make sure we're safe first. See this? Even though we can hit Karthus, they're like running at us, right? So we need to run first. You see this? You need to secure yourself from defeat before you can fight, before you can hit someone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then once they chase too hard, you can turn around and hit them, right? And then there's nothing you can do, right? Look, the Pantheon's trying to like do something, and it's literally impossible for him to get to me.
You have all those traps too.
Right, exactly. That's the idea. This is actually really bad flash. Don't look at that. But let's watch another fight, right? Let's see what's going on here. I think this guy just dies for free. But yeah, the idea is that no matter what, you need to be in a safe spot. This is actually really bad. We can watch this. This is just overextending, right? This is 5v3, right? So this is similar to what happened in your game when you were trying to run up mid against Yasuo. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Everyone makes... no matter what rank you're at, it's the same mistakes, just different complexity, right? So 5v3 is still 5v3. It's still bad. So you need to make sure that if you have less people, you want to be safe. Safety over anything, really, is the point I'm trying to drill in. And I think even though you didn't get your own lane of farm, it was okay because the enemy Draven didn't either. But definitely that'll make your games a lot easier. Right, it's just having 100 CS over him
to get that farm.
Right. In terms of what to do after lane, remember the cookie cutter strat: push past the river. Right. Let's see if we can find a full replay of someone playing Caitlyn. Let's see. Caitlyn replay. And we can look at. Did you have that laning video up, by the way?
Yeah, I'm about to link it to you.
Okay, we can take a look at that for the last thing we do, but. Let's say Uzi versus Xayah, right? Uzi's a good Caitlyn, right? I would hope. Let's watch past the laning phase. Actually, do you want to look at the laning phase, or do we not want to?
I'd like to.
Okay, let's see. So in terms of lane matchup matters the most, right? So in terms of lane matchup, what does Uzi and Soraka? What does Caitlyn and Soraka want to do?
Push.
Okay, true. But in terms of, do they want to all in? Do they want to trade? Do they want to catch? What do they want to do?
So I'm thinking here, they want to trade because the Soraka has perma heals, so Uzi can take all the bad trades in the world, and Bard can heal a little bit, but not nearly to the capacity that the Soraka can. Agreed.
You want to trade as much as possible, and there's a key thing to note here is that you want to take even trades instead of poor trades, right? Because if it's poor enough, your Soraka heals won't matter. You know what I'm saying? So you want to take even trades so you can heal up. And then what does Xayah and Bard want to do?
They want to all in.
Right, they want to all in and catch someone. Either one works, right? Xayah root, Bard root, anything like that. So if we watch the laning phase play out, he actually doesn't have flash, so it's kind of warped, right? But see, he's going for trades like that. Right, where anytime he can get an even trade, he's gonna go for it. He actually missed the net, which is tragic, but anytime he can find it, he's gonna go for it because he knows that Soraka can heal him up, right? Anytime he can find a time for a good trade, he's gonna go for it, right? So let's fast forward. Let's see what's going on here. He's still trying to hit him, right? Always trying to look for the trade, and then he's always mindful of jungler. I hope. Oh, this looks pretty free now. You can just push this in. Yeah, that's really the basic is the matchup, right? That's the first thing you need to do is make sure you're doing the matchup correctly, right? Because even though he lost flash level 1, is he winning the lane?
Yeah, he's up 7 CS and showing.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So the idea is that as long as you can play out the matchup correctly, you're good to go. Oh, here you go. Here comes the the catch slash all in. But since it's 3v3, they win this, right? Because chasing is bad, right? Chasing is always a disadvantage. So you're gonna win this. At least go even, but you're probably gonna win this. Oh, he's stuck. What the fuck? You see that?
Oh, it feels bad.
Yo, check this out. Oh no! You guys stuck by a minion. Yeah, but so yeah. As long as you play out the matchup correctly, you're good to go, right? So honestly, when we saw your laning phase with Tom Kench versus Ornn, you guys won because Tom Kench got the all-in, right? And Tom Kench is all-in, while Ornn, I guess, is catch or something like that. Ornn can only really catch people with his knockup or something, right? He uses he creates a pillar and he knocks people up, right? Something like that. So your Tom Kench won with all-in, and you guys had the level 2 advantage. Oh, that's awkward. You got caught, right? Same thing. It's same thing in terms of laning matchup, right? They were trying to catch people. They caught Soraka. And you guys are trying to trade, but that went from a trade into an all-in, right? So Soraka died. And then fast forward. So this is essentially laning phase is almost done. Except for ultis now. Now Bard has ulti. But yeah, it's all the same though, right? You see what I mean? In terms of what they want to do. And then let's take a look at this. And see how this one goes, right? So in terms of Jhin Morgana versus Caitlyn Jenna, what does Jhin Morgana want to do?
Catch.
Right, you want to catch all day. And what does Caitlyn Jenna want to do?
They want to push.
Now, in terms of trade, catch, poke, all in, what do they want to do?
They want to poke.
Right, they want to poke and they want to sometimes trade, right? Because they have Jenna, they have Jenna shield. So anytime you get hit by poke or anytime we trade with their shield up, we're making a mistake. Does that make sense? And every time they get caught by binding or caught by Jhin W, they're making a mistake, right? So if you think about it in terms of like that, laning becomes easy and like it's easy to know what you want, right? So what is Morgana doing that's incorrect?
She has stepped up with no pressure.
Right, she can't catch, right? So you lose.
Yeah.
So you're trying to trade, doesn't make sense. Obviously she loses, right? So that's the idea. Is that you need a catch, or you're gonna lose. That's what you should be thinking in lane. Okay. And then other than that, what happens if you can't find the catch?
If you can't find the catch, you said?
Yeah, if she can't land the bind, what do you do?
Kind of. Oh, play safe.
Right, you farm. Right, exactly. You can't do anything, right? You literally can't do anything if she can't find it. So your job is to make money and bide your time until she can, and be ready for when she does land it, right? That's the idea. That's the whole idea. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, getting poked out, missed the binding. So you guys lost this. Actually, you guys, this is a fat fourth shot if you can hit that. But right, every time she misses, you know you don't want to fight, right? That's the idea.
Okay, so she misses the shot, you just back up. Yeah,
exactly. You cannot win. That's what I want you to think. Unless for some reason you have another person, or they have no HP, right? Anything like that. But the general situation, right? The standard situation will be she misses, you can't go, right? Pretend it's Blitzcrank, right? What happens if Blitz misses hook?
It's useless. Can't do anything.
Yeah, you don't do. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Oh, here we go. She binds. You can follow up with the W, right? You should follow up with W, I think. But that would be your catch.
That little bit of damage would have been worth it, because I don't think I could have done anything after that.
Right. It should be worth it, right? In terms of being able to land a guaranteed W. It's pretty good, I think. It'd be even better with Comet, but if you take Fleet, I think that's fine too. Following up is always good though. Unless you think it's literally so worthless that she's just gonna shoot it or something, then it's fine. You don't have to. In this case, you could have done either. But if you have no other use for W, I would probably have W'd her, right?
Okay.
Like, we don't see any gank coming. We don't have our jungler's not here. We're not really using it for anything else, but it's fine to save it, right? If you don't know, it's always fine to save it. So yeah, after one catch, things are going well now, right? Oh, got poked. Feels bad. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Right. So trading probably not good unless you can win the trade somehow. Jesus. Is this resolve tree? Oh my lord.
Yeah, I saw somebody say that the what is it, second wind and bone plating on ADs was really good. So I take that in matchups that I think is like really shitty.
Interesting, interesting. I don't think you'll ever see anyone taking that, but if it works for you, I'd say go for it, right? It's just that you're missing out on a lot of scaling, right? In terms of
with
late game.
Gathering Storm.
Right, exactly. Gathering Storm, absolute focus, even Celerity actually works well with Rage Blade, so anything like that you would be losing out on. But if you think you need it for laning, then I guess be my guest, right? I think that doesn't matter as much as how we play thus far, right?
Oh,
and then I think we're getting decent amount of farm, right? But the main thing is to make sure that we're getting all of it. Dude, laning phase is going pretty well. So what goes wrong here?
Wow, really? I think it's going really bad.
Why do you think it's going poorly?
I just, so outside of the fact that I'm like pushed in, I don't feel like I have any like pressure.
So think about it this way: if you're pushing, you're winning, right? If you're pushing, you're winning. Why do we say if you're pushing, you're winning?
I guess. So we haven't backed yet, so it's really hard for them to farm under turret, which is costing them gold.
Right. That's a big reason. What else?
Tower damage obviously is objective-based game.
Yep, that's good as well. Let's say something game-changing happens and enemy jungle fights your Kayn for Scuttle Crab. What happens?
Oh, I can move first.
Exactly, right? You're gonna come first, you're gonna get a kill. And then all of a sudden they lose bot side jungle, and they lose jungle, and they lose bot, right? So it's like, oh, that's awkward, right? If mid gets an assist, they lose mid too. So pushing is good. You're winning the game, right? You can poke them on the tower. You even have more HP than them. So maybe if you didn't have a Kayn but like an Elise, oh, that's awkward. Then you okay. So why did laning phase go poorly here? Why does it change to going well to poor?
Because I could full greed.
Right. So how can we know it's not a good play?
So this play only works if she doesn't heal.
Exactly. So that's how you know it's not good. What you want is guaranteed, right? And if they face check and you do it, that's close to guaranteed. But if they're just like in the open and you're doing it, it's like it's never gonna work. You know what I mean? She actually didn't even heal and they still got away. They even shielded late and they got away. So I think the reason why laning phase was not as good as it could have been was probably because of that, right? And while you're making sure you're what's it called, doing as many trades as possible, and not as many trades, as getting as many catches as possible and stuff like that, you're making sure you're getting all the CS as well, right? Wait, what's going on here? How come we don't base?
I was greeting for BF.
Oh, I see. I would probably say I think it's fine. Don't worry about it. We probably wanted a base, but I don't think that's something you need to worry about. Right? Because if you really wanted the BF, sure. It's just that there would be issues if they pushed you in, while you were basing, right? You will lose 6 minions essentially, is what's going on, right?
Oh,
it's always about how can you force them to lose minions, right? So if you base super late and Morgana can't hold the wave for you, you guys lose 6 minions, and then it's like, oh, that's awkward.
I see what you're saying.
I'll say not the end of the world. We care more about how we're playing out the matchup, right? So wait, how do we lose so much HP here? What's going on? Oh, that's awkward. She hit you while you're hitting a minion, right?
Trading stance.
Right. I see you've seen those videos. Who are they made by?
I don't know. I know they're called Leaguecraft 101.
Right. Those guys. Awkward that you guys are trying to trade, right? Falling into the what's it called? Oh, nice catch. Here we go. See, if you catch, you're gonna win, right? All you have to do is ulti soon, and then we're good to go, right? You can even trade harder, and then you're good to go. Oh, baby. Oh, we didn't get more. Okay, it's fine. Wait, why is she pinging you?
I wasn't sure.
That's not your. I don't know what she's smoking, but you did correct play here, right? Like you have no more bullets. I don't know what she wants, right? So that's fine. Don't worry about that. You just that's when you know you mute this guy because he's boosted. What the hell? This guy, yeah, there we go. What a monkey. So here you guys just trade on Jenna and you ulti. You win. Oh, why is she walking up? All you have to do is trade as hard as possible and you ulti, right? Ulti soon. Oh yes, kill them all.
Wait, my eyes.
Oh no, not like this. Okay, nice try. Well, you had the right attempt. So basically, laning was going. I think laning is not bad, right? What you want out of laning phase is, what's your first goal?
Well, I guess that's matchup dependent.
Okay, true. Okay, playing out the matchup correctly is second, right? Like making sure you further your goals in a matchup. Like you want to catch people. That would be secondary. Secondary to what?
Not dying.
Right, safe and getting your farm, right? So you want to not get Jenna poked. You don't want to trade, and you want to get all your CS. Those are your first priorities, right? That's what I want you to think. Your secondary priorities are you want to catch, right? Is being proactive would be your secondary priority, right? Because even if you're winning lane super hard, if you're missing like 2 CS every wave, we were winning, but we don't have the money to show for it. You know what I'm saying? So laning phase not bad. I think that is not something you need to work on, right? Overall good. The thing that is making you lose games is the late game scenarios where you randomly die, I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The outcome of laning has not been bad at all, right? You end laning like this, we call this good, right? You want good amount of CS coming out of lane, and then sure, your mid game could use some work where you get your own lane of farm, but even then, we were still doing well. And then after that, it's like you need to prioritize hitting the closest guy and being safe, no matter what. And if you don't know what to do, then you push out your waves, right? That's what I want you to think. Is if you're not sure what to do, you do something safe and useful, like pushing out your wave, right? Otherwise, I think the only reason why you lost the last game was because we died like in the last 14 fights, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
All right, so if there's anything for you to work on, I would say first is the easiest, is mid-game stuff. Just get your own lane of farm, push it out past the river, walk away, right? You can do something like warding. You can do something like Scuttle Crab. You can do jungle camp. You can camp a bush if you're all in, right? Anything like that. But make sure that any option you take is not going to end up with you dying. And you're good to go. You don't care about anything except pushing away, right? That's your first priority. And then for late game, all you need to focus on is making sure you count their engages and you don't get caught by any of it. Okay? That's literally, like that Caitlyn game, that was the only reason why you lost, in my opinion. Is that we just died to like Riven, or we died to like walking up the graves or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That was like the main reason why we lost that game. Yeah, these two things in combination, I think, will help you the most, right? Being able to get all this money in the mid game and then just staying super far back and hitting the closest guy in the late game, right? That's all you need. That's all you need. And then if you really want to fight, you have to make sure you can rationalize a reason, like they're chasing us, or they're missing a person, right? Anything like that. And if you can't really come up with a reason, then you push mid, or you help your team kite/chase, right? That'll be about it.
Okay. Yeah, so get my own gold.
Right.
And make sure that we, in the late game, are as safe as is humanly possible.
Right, like even more safer, right? Because I think we need to up the amount of safety from what I saw that last game. I'm not sure if that's how you usually play, but from what I saw, we just needed to make sure we didn't die so we could do other things, right? Laning phase is A-okay these last 2 games. I think your laning phase is good. You don't have to worry about that at all, right? You just need to make sure that our late game is patched up, I think. The team fighting stage, right? Like the one where Fiora was splitting and you guys were 4v5 mid, you play that essentially as perfect as I wanted you to, right? Where you are untouchable. That's what we want, right? So if you want to go back and review any of these fights or take a look at other example of team fights, anything like that?
Yeah, if we have time, that'd be good.
Okay, so let's see. You normally play Caitlyn and Jhin, right?
Yeah, I was playing a lot of Triss prior to the nerfs.
Yeah, let's see if we can have good examples.
Have you seen this new? I forget. I watched a video on it yesterday. It's like Nashor's Rage Blade Bears.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I haven't really tried that. Think it's interesting, but it's not something I would. Might be something I try, but probably only when I see a working game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, taking those team fight ideas into consideration, can you watch this team fight and let me know what's going on in this fight?
Okay, so you're way like so Alistair isn't anywhere near you, so he can't do anything to you until he does. But that's okay because nobody else is anywhere near you, so nobody else can do anything. So you're fighting over the wall. Nobody can touch you. The Zoe might be able to. She had vision, but doesn't. Every time you auto, you back up.
Right. Every time we auto, we back up. If we're not sure, you back up. Right. Safe is over everything else. Right. So we're always trying to run unless we know we're good to go. Right. Unless we know we want to run forward. Your default is to run backwards. Right. So we actually get caught here, but Luden's Echo saves us. Thank God. And then we're just waiting for our ulti. Right.
Yeah.
So you can even win 4v5s as long as you keep this mindset, right? That you need to be safe over everything else. Otherwise, you can't do anything, right?
Right.
Let's fast forward a different team fight. This is less of a team fight, more of a skirmish. Okay, what's going on here? Let's see what's going on here. So this is kind of like a standard situation. They're trying to push in mid. Your team's trying to engage on them or catch them. We're missing a Varus though, so it's kind of dicey, right? So if you cannot help because you're gonna get caught, then you look how far back I'm staying, right? Then you don't want to help, right? For whatever reason, if you're not sure, you have to be safe over anything else.
Why didn't you pop ult there?
Let's see. In this position, right here.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we could get anything.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. So I'm only going to use abilities unless I know for sure. He actually flashed, right? So our ulti was wasted anyways. And then I think this is a poor ulti. We were just too excited, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that'd be a poor ulti there. Because we could actually use it even later, like soon-ish, right? Once you kill the clone, you get to use an ulti. And then at no point are we trying to do anything unless we're sure we're safe. You know what I mean? Like at no point are we able to be threatened, if that makes any sense. Let's see if there's another fight going on here. Okay, let's see. Let's watch this. Oh, okay, someone gets caught. And then this is going to be 4v5 with the Baron. So look how far away I'm positioned from their engage, right?
Huh.
That's the idea.
Don't you take extra damage for standing back there? Is that still worth?
Yeah, it's worth because you're going to die if you get comboed into like Zoe sleep, right?
Sure.
So it's true that we're taking extra damage.
So you could flash behind the wall anyway.
Right. It's true that we're gonna take extra damage, but since Baron was dying fast enough, I was like, yo, just make sure we don't get engaged on, we're good to go, right? That's literally all you have to do, is make sure that you are in such a safe position that they can't touch you, right? And not all fights are meant to be won, right? You can't win every single fight. So as long as you're alive, you can be there to do damage control. Like you guys lose the fight, they take dragon, you can push out a wave, right? Anything like that is very good. Okay, we're sieging this tower. I'm gonna make sure that we're just follow up, and we actually don't have to do anything, I guess, in this fight, right? Just stay super far back. We can even ulti if we want to. I don't think we have to ulti, but oh, nice clone. He gets away. And that's all, right? That's all you have to do is super far back. At no point can you be threatened, right? Anytime we die in a fight, it's probably a mistake. So that's what I want you to think in these team fights.
Cool.
Any last questions, thoughts? You want to go over anything we went over today?
So if you're in a situation where, because I know you mentioned it changes a little bit when you get into closer to that late game stage where you want to get your own lane. So you as the AD carry, if a fight breaks out, you want to be close to Baron. Is it worth sharing then? If it's like your top laner just like won't go bot for whatever reason, And you're like, well, damn, I can't go bot because.
In the late game of the stages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like here, where maybe 20 minutes, maybe like 23 minutes, right? And let's say no one's going bot, like right now, right? You need to stay on this side of the map. Because even though sharing a lane is like a sin, it's even more of a sin to go bot because they just do Baron, right? So you pick the lesser of two evils. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like here, like even though Alawi is splitting, we have to be here to stop Baron. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? We have to be here or they're just going to get it, right? So we're just going to have to give up, you know, some tower damage or maybe even the tower or some waves. But no matter what, we have to be here so that we can defend, right? And if Aatrox doesn't go, then it's like, well, not much you can do. So basically it's about picking the lesser of two evils, right? And then since we're in this area, we can actually help do something, right? Is the idea. All right, so we actually stopped the Baron, which is great. They're chasing us, not sure if we can win. If you're not sure you can win, you always kite, right? And then you always turn when you see your opportunity, right?
Yeah, you're just getting some poke off here.
And then, oh, Jin's like cut out. Hello.
Yeah, Jin can't do anything.
And then Baron time, right? So that's essentially what you want to do. Maximum safety, right? In terms of where to go macro-wise, your own lane, and then in the late game, you need to be near Baron, right? That's about it. That's your cookie cutter strat for you.
Makes sense.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Cool. If you have any questions or have any clips you want to show me, feel free to send them my way. I'm always on Discord. Other than that, good luck on your games.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Have a good one.
See you, bro. Peace.